red corner, you got Jack Johnson. He has 100,000 likes on. What the fuck?
You just mentioned about the gloves and it being hit by bricks. What gets you in there to do that?
Literally, when I'm walking out to my fight, I think to myself, what the fuck am I doing? I swear to God.
That's brilliant.
What am I doing? They would always outbox me the first round, mate, but I was just getting the points second and third because they would just fold. I'd be in their face, bam, 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 on him. Yeah, my mentality, my hunger, my taking no for an answer would always give me that win.
Obviously, when you've got your opponent, you start having a little look on their socials.
Oh, mate, yeah, I'm a pest. It's nothing personal, it's just business. Either way, if I like you or not, I'm coming to actually smash your head in. It's a fight. They're taking food off your plate.
Do you remember the first time you walked out into the ring?
Yeah, I do. It's the first fight. Come out in my Union Jack shorts.
Buzzing?
Nah.
No?
Yeah.
Would you say that's a really important component to being a successful boxer?
You've got to be disciplined in life and whatever you do, no matter what career it is. I think if you're disciplined in certain areas in your life, I think you'll go a long way.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hobo Jack podcast with me, Dan, Danny, and a special guest today, Jordan Reynolds, the boxer. I've got to say, mate, I'm actually a big fan. Like I say, with me, I love people with a bit of zazz. Boxers that have got a little bit extra about.
You like weirdos?
No, well, yeah, I do like a weirdo, but like. With boxing, for me, it's not always just about. There's some boxers out there. They're so talented, but they just haven't got that other.
No character.
No character.
Yeah. It's an entertainment business.
Yeah, exactly. I'm there for like the entertainment. I wanna, and mate, you've got it all.
Don't know, but I was one of the lads, mate. I was just trying to put it out there.
That's what I wanted to say, mate. Where does that come from? Where does that come from?
I think watching it early, the boxing. And I found out it was a brand, it was a business. I was watching a few fights and I actually didn't like how people was carrying on because they're acting a certain way. And I thought, it's so fake. And I thought to myself, I'm never going to be like that. And I couldn't even be bothered to put a false front on 24/7 in front of the TV, all this stuff. I just thought, I'll be myself. I'm one of the lads. I'm just a normal geezer trying to make a few quid, sort my family out and jet off. Do you know what I mean? And if you like me, you don't. If you don't, then do then happy days. So that's it really, mate.
Just literally completely be yourself because you are a character though, aren't you? Do you know what I mean?
Just now I just think like,
because I think some boxers they're themselves, but they're
just boring.
They're boring. They need to kind of add that.
Yeah, maybe they just get like a bit caught up in like how the world goes and they follow the trends. I just think, mate, like for a while, mate, I was probably intrigued into dancing, and I started doing bad dancing, like Lindy Hop, dolphin. And people going on my state, mate, you alright? Do you know what I mean? I was like going to like some mad by myself and that, like 1950s fucking dancing thing. You know what I mean? It's mad. And I was like GB, I still got obsessed with it. Do you know what I mean? I was doing that before the book. Yeah. And then obviously I met my missus, and she was a professional dancer, and then we actually clashed because I actually tried and teach her. She's like, is that when you give it up? Yeah. I was like,
stick to the boxing.
Basically. I'm trying to teach her. She's like, what are you on about? I was like, oh yeah. She knows and I don't.
Yeah. Because they say with the dance, did you ever like learn a bit of dancing? Because they say that can help with or is that just an old?
Use that as an excuse. It's for the boxing. No, it's for the boxing, for the footwork. It's more
just doing the jive around the ring.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like Lomachenko, is it Lomachenko?
He does ballet,
like, it does all that.
I enjoy it. I just love the music. And I used to watch these films and like back in the day, everyone could just like, I just thought it was like a ledge. I was going to a wedding, mate, and start putting these moves out. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to do that. And it was quite hard. It's quite hard, to be honest. I'm not really the most naturalist, rhythm, and I was just a bit stiff, but we got there in the end. I'm alright now. I'm actually alright. Do you know what I mean? You never know. Strictly Come Dancing, maybe on the cards.
Pull out a few in your next fight, a few little moves in the ring.
You never know.
Little feet shuffle.
Yeah, because as well, like, because I watched, I think I watched the last card that you was on, and they, the commentators were saying, you're a bit of a brawler, sort of obviously every boxer is baller, but some people they're they pick points, and I feel like you're in there for a bit of a bit of a war.
Yeah, well, I'm a box fighter. I'm actually a better boxer than I am a fighter, but I think I just it used to be my downfall, especially when I was in an Olympic team. I used to go to Russia and things like that. I'd be winning the fight easy. I get caught with a couple of shots and I just think, oh, let's have it then. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then it'd be closer than it should be. And then, you know what I mean? So it's about staying disciplined in there and going over game plan and whatnot. But yeah, I like a little tear up. I know I've always got that in the locker.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they haven't got that. When it gets hard and things like that, they just shy away, where I kind of thrive off that.
Yeah, you've always got it there.
I love it, mate. That's like...
Do you have to keep that?
Yeah, that's put away now. Do you know what I mean? Especially the gym I'm at, it's very just box. Use your jab, keep it long, keep it easy. Sometimes where I started boxing late, or just in life in general, how I am, I used to think like, I've got to be working hard, I've got to be feeling out of breath. But sometimes less is more. And like, it's alright. Like, I've thrown 4 punches, I'm winning the fight, chill out. Don't get hit and move. Yeah. That's fine. Where before I used to just be like, well, if I'm not out of breath after the fight, or I'm not, looking like Rocky after the fight, then I shouldn't have won. Yeah. And
where does that come from? That sort of inner fight.
Yeah, might be in my upbringing. I think about a bit of my upbringing. Like I said, my dad's got 5 brothers, old school, all done long time prison sentence. It's like, and my granddad, he was like my idol growing up, so very old school environment. Like you know what I mean? Like, I used to get all my cousins would be around fighting, like, just learn how to fight. Don't grass. If someone hits you, hitting back. Hustle early. Good people. Like, just genuine people. Do you know what I mean? So I've always had this like a little bit of spike in me, and then I started boxing late, so I just knew. I started boxing at 16, so I just knew I had to keep like grafting hard to catch up, and I kind of just like bit of my downfall really. That's why I had a few injuries, because I've overtrained or just overdone it. Where like I was trying to work hard and get there and catch up with everyone. Yeah. And when I've took over people, I was like, I've kind of kept that mentality more. Yeah. I'm on it. Do you know what I mean? So, but yeah, less is more, man. Like, it really is. Like,
do you think, obviously, where you've come in late, or as you said, you come in late? Do you feel like you're trying to make up?
That's what at the start, man. Like, I was going to championships. I had 2 fights. I was going to like the national championships, the ABAs. It's the hardest title. It's the most prestigious title to win in amateur boxing. And I'm weighing in. I'm nervous. I remember I'm nervous. Didn't know what I was doing. And people like the kids back then, like, how many fights you had? And they're like 50, 70, 80. I was like 2. I'm nervous. Do you know what I mean? But after that, I was getting all the way to the finals. And I was smashing. I lost to like world number 2 in the finals. And every time I was into the championship, I was always into the finals. So I was boxing 8 or 9 times. So within my first season of boxing, I was number 2 in the country straight away. I was like, that was just all I had. I wasn't the most talented, right? I just had pure grit and heart. And like, they would always outbox me in the first round, mate, but I was just started getting the points second and third because they would just fold. I'd be in their face, bam, 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 on them. So, yeah, my mentality, my hunger, my just taken no for an answer would always give me that win.
I think hunger can just go such a long way. You can see, can't you, in any forms of fighting. Once hunger goes, it's like, or people reach their peak. I think hunger's one of them.
Oh, I mean, especially in sport as well, for sure.
You need that underdog mentality always, even when you're to the top. Like, you get to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, you need it even more so, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're at the top.
That's why I say,
stay at the top.
Yeah, that's why I say fair play to these lads, like these like Usyk and your Joshuas and your Furies and things like that. Like, realistically, they don't really need to box.
Yeah.
Really, do you know what I mean? Yeah. So fair play, because listen, life's hard in general. Yeah. When you're doing that and you're in camp and you're boxing and you have all these mad times and you niggles and
you got millions in the bank.
That's I think it's a different mentality, isn't it? Yeah, because you're like, before you're like,
they're trying to
just in life in general as well as sport, you're like, you've always got these dreams and aspirations, and like, if I get this money and I get to there, like, life will be better and I get this and that. But obviously with those, they've got it, they get it, and then it's like
legacy after that,
so then it's legacy, and but to keep that passion and keep going for legacy, I think that takes a different mindset. Because like you say, it's easy to go, well, I can just go back to my mansion and my millions in the bank, and I think some people have that and some people don't.
That's why I like the boxers that they've got grit, because when they're in the ring, they're not like some. I watch Joshua sometimes and I'm like, come on, just fucking Whereas you watch Chisora and he's just fucking
fights with his heart.
Fights with his heart.
You see
he
his love
loves
story
it.
in his
yeah,
fight.
He loves. It's that's the thing that he loves, being in that moment of like, I've got to throw these. He loves that. That's where he gets to. And like I say, I when I was watching your fights and they said that that's what you've got in your locker, and it's like that's what I've been sort of following and I'm
on it, mate. And the 29th of October is
coming soon.
Big deal.
I want to say about him. He's not bad, the fella. He's had over 15 wins, I believe.
Wow.
Spanish lad. So straight in the deep end.
Well, you're 4-0 now, right?
3 and it'd be my 4th professional fight. Yeah, I should be about 10-0 by now, but that's only setbacks.
Do you obviously when you've got your opponent, do you start having a little look on their socials?
Oh mate, I'm a pest, mate.
Yeah, and do you prefer it? Because like I say, I watch. I'm not like a massive boxing, but I watch a lot of it from like what would they call me? I'm like a
casual fan.
A casual. That's it. Yeah, casual fan.
Casual fan.
So sometimes I see people and they're very like respectful with each other, and I always think if I was boxing someone, I'd want to know that there's some kind of
it's do you know what it is? It's nothing personal. It's just business. Do you know what I mean? But like it's a fight, mate.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course.
Like I'd rather have no emotion. Like, because emotions can take over. Do you know what I mean? And and actually like, be a negative thing for you when you're in a fight. If you fighting on emotions. You just need to be there in the game plan and having no emotions in it. Just sticking to a game plan using jab and boxing. But like I just think either way, if I like you or not, mate, I'm coming to actually smash your head in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's a fight and they're taking food off your plate. That's how I look at it. And like, I'm not really like that. I will never go up and walk around going, oh yeah, well I want to knock you out, blah blah blah. But like, I don't really care. Like, I just fight anyone.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest with you, it doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah. There's one plate of food in the ring, and one of you's got.
And if you beat me or whatever, I'll go fair play, bruv. Shake your hand and I'll try to get you again.
When does it get real for you? The weigh-in, I guess, right? When you're face to face.
Yeah, like it's starting to get a bit real now. It's been a while. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the week of the fight, because it's gonna be all new. Obviously, it's Matchroom, be press conferences, weigh-ins, media, all this stuff. So it's gonna get a bit real. But like, I'll be in the bar and things like that. I'll be watching videos of him boxing all the time. Yeah. Well, always visualize all the time. Proper, like, I do believe in that, man. Like visualization.
I'm a believer.
Honestly, like it's mental, mate. Like it's always worked for me.
That's good as well, because the more times it works, the more times it installs in your brain that it does work. It does work. There's a real truth component to it as well. Like, it's not all like air and fairy. It's like your subconscious will work in the background a lot more than you actually will do yourself.
Well, I do believe. I think I'm mad about it, but you create everything with your mind. Like, everything you see in this room comes from someone's imagination. Everything. Do you know what I mean? And I think if you're waking up negative or things like that, you're gonna have a negative day. 100%. So I'll keep positive. I'll just visualize what I want. I visualize this, like, mate, it's mad. Like, mate, I dream about it. It's mental, mate. I get too obsessed, but that's what sometimes back down, because I'm like, But
Have the injuries made you more hungry, do you think? Or
injuries, mate. This injury here,
because I saw you just before, didn't I? I come down to the gym.
Yeah.
Before you done it, was it your bicep?
I ruptured my tendon. The last week it was a week before the fight. My last spar, and I was doing the wrong weight, really. I was going down to like middleweight. I was killing myself a bit. But you live and you learn. But last spar, I just ruptured my tendon, bicep straight off, hanging off my arm. I was like, oh no.
And that was a big card as well you were on, wasn't it?
Big card, Alexander Palace, John Ryder versus Danny Jacobs. Gutted, man. But listen, it all happens for a reason. Like, I was a bit down for a bit. I was thinking, mate, I was like, do I want to box? I might just move. I might just go to Mexico and just like become a hippie, mate. And smoke DMT.
You've got time for that. You've still got time.
You know what I mean? I just thought, John, because like, mate, I've got ego, but my ego is not like, I was just like, it was a bit of a mad one, but I was like, started getting a bit better, started getting a bit fitter, started being able to do more things day by day with rehab. And I was like, I can't leave this sport, and then always be back in my mind, what if and that. I was like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So I thought I'm not a bad fighter, mate. I've done well. I had 112 fights, 98 wins. I won everything in the amateurs. I've always been more suited to the pros, so I thought, yeah, let's just have it, mate. Like, and you do get big opportunities, going through the boxing, so it does open up other doors. But yeah, like it made me switch me on. It switched me on because I had a lot of boxing is a dog sport, a lot of snakes, a lot of people making a few quid out of me, taking money off me and whatnot. So I was learning the last few months, and it gave me time. I didn't just sit around. Like I was like, all right, boom, up, open my academy up. We're working with over 300 or 400 kids a week now from my academy.
Really cool.
So, you know what I mean? It's ledge, mate. Like it's class. In deprived areas in Luton, we're in Barnley Clay now. Just opened up a coffee shop, so I'm on that. I'm on it, mate. I don't stop. Like I'm always in my hustle. Do you know what I mean? Like so.
And it's all mainly come from a product of you being injured, maybe.
Yeah.
Could, like possibly.
Oh yeah, like I say,
It gave me a bit of time to actually think like. Because I used to be like boxing, but I was like, mate, it's like a lot more to boxing, especially when I started traveling the world in the last few years. It was like I'm kind of doing boxing to set me free to do that forever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, but it was a hard one, man, for me because I was like, my whole career, even like the week before, 2 weeks before my Olympic trial, before I got to the team, I ruptured my long-headed bicep tendon. And I was out for 6 months.
But maybe it's all just character building.
Yeah,
mate.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Resilience, mate.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
You're a bit, do you know what I mean?
If you keep coming back through them and just keep coming back, like it makes you so tough, like mentally.
100%. That's why I'm grateful for that. Like, I could sit up and dwell, I could be very insecure. And I was as a kid from my hard upbringing growing up. But I've been through a lot harder times than this stuff, mate. So I was just like, I'll get over it. I know I'll always get there in the end. No matter if it takes me a little bit longer than anyone else, I'll get there. Do you know what I mean? So,
how old are you now?
27.
27. So it's still relatively young.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you see Joe Joyce,
your heyday to come.
Joe Joyce coming in at like 34 or something. He started pro like.
Yeah.
Older than that.
But like I say, some people need lots of fights because again they're trying to connect with the fans. But mate, you've already got that. Do you know what I mean? You've already got that.
The apprenticeship's there, and
yeah,
I'll have this fight. I want to get another one near Christmas, and then we're pushing for titles next year.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to just have it, mate.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's more see how far I can go, and there's no point wasting time. Do you know what I mean? I just want to fight, and like I don't like as well. We get a lot of lads have 15 fights, 15 wins, but I fought no one.
Yeah,
and they're literally
course.
conning like your own people.
Yeah.
Like selling, pretending. You know what I mean? Like that's why after the fight, like I sold all these tickets. I had all the ticket money. And they were saying, get all your fans to come to the fight anyway and give the ticket money. I was like, no way. So these lads come to see me. I said, sometimes it
never
takes,
burn that bridge.
Yeah, never, mate. Like I don't even care if they would never put me on a show again. I wouldn't even do that. Like it takes sometimes the lads I know. It's like, my support's working class, so sometimes it takes lads all day to make 50 quid, whatever the ticket money is. So I was like, I ain't doing that, mate. I said I'd rather just one fighting show, mate.
Yeah.
Simple as that. They're my own people.
So are you the next show is like Matchroom? Is that are you signed up?
So my management team is Darren Barker and Joe Kawasaki. Yeah.
Oh, right, cool.
With them, and then we're talking terms. Like I know I could probably sign with Eddie Hearn in Matchroom, but I know Sky Sports want me as well.
Yeah.
So they want me out in November or December or something. So we kind of we see who makes me priority. This is who says what. See what's in the contract.
Well, Sky, like I say, Sky are making lots of changes at the minute,
Yep.
obviously, because they've like sort of parted with well, they haven't parted with Matchroom, but like obviously.
Well, they're getting bigger, they're growing, they're signing Olympians. Do you know
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So,
So I think definitely they'll.
I'm in a good position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I could be in a lot worse situation. I could be like not even have an opportunity to do any of this.
Yeah.
So
And boxing's huge at the minute, isn't it? So
Flying,
it's
mate.
like what a time,
with everything, even like YouTubers doing it and all these mad like influencers.
How
Mate,
what do you think? What do you think about the influencer?
Well, I don't know. It's a bit mental, mate. Like to be honest with you, me and my pal got asked to train AJ. Right, she's at Love Island. I was like, I said, I was in rehab. I said, I'll do it. I said, stay into the boxing scene, whatever. I'll make a few quid for myself, right, mate. Right. So I got there. fucking mental. Me and my pal went there, down a corner. We're the normal lads, yeah. We're normal lads, and we're in there, and it was just another world. It was like another world, mate. Like mental. And they'd be like, someone would be like, in the red corner, you got Jack Johnson. He has 100,000 likes on. And I was thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's
Do
it
you know
come
how much
to?
they're getting? 100 grand.
Yeah,
Bruv,
mate.
the geezers fought 4 rounds or 6 rounds.
Yeah.
I was like, mate, I'm going to start TikTok up.
Yeah.
What we're doing? You know what I mean? Nah, mental. I was mental. It was a bit of a mad world for me, and it was all like, it's all just like how I'm looking here and there, and I was just like, I don't know. I'm just quite like real life. I don't like. It's a fake world, man.
Yeah.
It's this mad stuff. Like it's alright for business or whatever, but get that away from me after. I'll do that, and then I'm in the real world, live, be present with people here. I don't care about any of that other stuff. Like it looks like I'm busy on Instagram and social media. Mate, I post my stuff and I'm off it. I don't show nothing. Mate. I don't care. I really don't care, mate. Like I just like being around my own people, like interacting, and it's just this mad stuff. And it's a big thing to blame with mental health and the children growing up these days, mate. Because it's mate. The next few years will be interesting, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Mental, mate.
You hit the nail on the head. Like I say, it is all fake, innit? And I think some people realise that, but there's still a large percentage of people that don't.
And that's why mental health going bang, because they're going comparing your fake life.
Yeah, and also you compare it. You're not just comparing to one. You compare it to like hundreds of. You follow all these people, and then you go, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. But like, if you laser zone onto one person, they're actually not doing that much. Yeah. But you're just like, oh, he's on holiday, he's on holiday. Everyone's on holiday. It's like, no, they're not. Like, you just follow that many people. That, like, at some point, someone's going to be doing something cool. And they're probably not. They're probably fucking bored out of their head.
Mate, a lot of them, I ain't gonna lie, yeah. I've met some of these, and they're broke. I'm going, mate, what? And mate, back in the day when I was dating a few birds here and there, right? I go meet the birds, I'm thinking, fucking hell. I was like, is that what?
Yeah.
Mental, mate. It's just mental.
Yeah.
So
but that's the thing. It's a highlight, isn't it? You always put your best shit on there,
Of
your
course.
best pictures. You don't put, oh, I had a fucking real shit day today. Do you know what I mean? Or like my cat shit in the kitchen. Just stay next to it.
But do you know what? I think people like, because I had a chat with this fellow, right? He does all like this mental talking and things like that. But he made out he had a lot going for him, things like that. And he had he just come out of rehab and things like that. But he was portraying this false reality on Instagram with like this G-Wagon thing that he had. And I thought to myself, more people would actually take to you, bruv, if you actually said your story.
Yeah.
Like you're having a bad day. It's not easy. Life's not easy, mate.
Yeah.
It's not like roses and all this stuff, mate. So I think more people relate if you're actually saying, "Okay, no, man, this shit like it's hard."
Yeah.
People go, do you know what? Yeah, fair play.
Yeah.
I think it is changing. I think transparency is becoming really important online because people will, if they sniff you out, it's like you're fucked, aren't you?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if that's what I mean, as long as
Gotta be
you're
authentic.
honest, be authentic
Yeah.
and honest, and like I say, people connect with that.
It's easy as well, isn't it? If you live in a lie, like you said, like all these people, it's hard to keep
it
up.
up.
Keep up.
But that's why I think, like with this YouTube boxing thing, I feel like a lot of the influencers and stuff they portray these lives and they've got all this stuff, but they haven't got much going on.
Yeah.
But because there's a quick boom in this boxing thing and there's a lot of money to be had, these people will do that. They'll get in there and do it for the money. And like I say, it's not all roses. There's been like people that have done that haven't been paid and stuff like that. There are people taking advantage.
Oh yeah.
And for that, you can understand it. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they fucking do it? Do you know what I mean?
Like I say, I think there's some other like promotional companies which are doing some good stuff as well and trying to do it the right way. But like I say, I think it does take it away from people like yourself who've fucking been grinding for so long.
But do you know what? But I'm not.
I know, yeah.
I'm not
I know.
envy jealous. But
I know,
But then
yeah.
I think fair play, and then I think they're bringing different eyes on boxing, different opportunities, whatnot. So
my opinion on it is that as long as they don't do it too much, do you know what I mean? Keep it, and actually, if you're gonna do it, at least have the fighters going. Yeah, it's amateur, or whatever. Do a bit of training. Like at least don't just make a mock of it. like if everyone's going in and trying, and because there have been some really good fights come out of like that
Yeah.
you know, the YouTube world, and that people watching, like, oh, actually, like, yeah, that's actually, you know,
It's entertainment. It's
Yeah, it is entertainment.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's going to get to a stage where a YouTuber fights her real savvy.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the thing
And
we're all
someone
waiting
gets
for,
hurt,
right?
mate. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh,
Yeah.
boxing's so bad. Well, you shouldn't have fucking done it, mate.
I think that's going to come in. There's got to
That's
be.
what everyone wants to see.
There's got to be,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
That's
just
what
an
everyone wants to
actual.
see.
An
I-
actual
current professional
professional boxer
young
fight.
boxer.
Do you know? I used
Just to set the
I used to
record
work
straight.
at a racetrack, and there's people that would go along and they'd be wait on the most dangerous corners, and they're there. They're there to hopefully see a car
okay.
crash.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel like some people do watch
Yeah,
some of these
yeah.
fights, think, oh, I'd love to see him get
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
nothing bad, but they want to
Yeah.
see him get
Just
it
wiped
handed.
out. Just
Yeah.
wiped out.
Like, you know, obviously, like people obviously dislike Jake Paul and stuff, and I think people just want to see him. You know, someone go
The
in
thing
there.
is
or-
with Jake Paul as well. Like, I think.
Get you, we need to get you in there, son.
Yeah,
and fucking
mate.
sort
Mate,
him
Joe,
out.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what he does in that. I know he does like kid stuff, doesn't he, on YouTube or something?
He used to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
used to,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, but look, I just think, I think fair play, mate. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
crashing
yeah, of
out.
course.
The thing,
yeah.
people refer to Jake Paul, but he's been training now for like
Yeah,
2
that's
years,
right.
like every day.
Yeah.
He's
In terms
got
of
like,
respect,
he's
he's
got the
one that's probably
money.
got the most,
He's got the money. He
I'd
can
say.
have all the right food. Imagine
Yeah,
like
mate,
you've got all the resources. You
mate,
can have
but-
all the right food, the
yeah.
right trainers. Like you're gonna
Nutrition,
you're gonna
massage,
like
everything,
you're
yeah.
gonna get really good really quick because you're not worrying about that money side.
Yeah,
of
I
stuff
guess,
to,
yeah.
to you know, you're gonna get the best people in. Obviously, there's always like natural talent and like time and doing the sport, but still, like I think with him as like an exception to the rule.
No, he's
like-
not bad. He's
Yeah.
alright. He's half
It's just
decent,
when
mate.
he talks about beating Canelo, it's like,
Yeah, I
fucking
know.
hell,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
maybe
no.
that's just a, you know, a
So
thing.
it's
It's just,
talking it. It's
Yeah.
selling himself.
Exactly.
Innit?
If he keeps doing that long enough, that in X amount of years he ever has that on the way down, he probably never will. But like it would just sell so many tickets.
Yeah.
But he's fighting Anderson Silva. It's like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like yeah, he's not a boxer, but it's fucking.
would you
It's mad money.
would you fight Anderson Silva? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you'd think, yeah.
Yeah, I would. But he's getting about 100 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
What-
But I
what
just
would you
feel
do?
like, you know, like obviously, like say you're like a fucking legit boxer. Is there a bigger advantage fighting someone from the UFC
Oh,
than
yeah,
fighting?
yeah,
Yeah, do you know-
100%.
that's what I mean. Yeah,
It's not fair because like
yeah.
they're mastered more on the ground and things like that. They're not like
yeah.
you get like they're not very good with the hands. to be
That's
honest.
what I mean. Yeah, that's what I
so
mean.
it's-
Yeah.
it's
So
not-
you
it's
would
not
think
fair.
I've got
Yeah.
an advantage by you've got a big advantage
Yeah.
really. Because I know people say like, oh, he's fighting he's the
Yeah.
best striker, but I'm like that.
in UFC,
Yeah.
combined with
Yeah.
his like
Yeah.
kicks and his movement, like it's a different.
He's the best striker, but he throws
Yeah.
probably about 5 punches in the whole fight.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
That's why McGregor got done so well as well because he was half decent with his hands.
He stood up
Yeah,
a lot,
yeah.
didn't
He
he?
stood up a lot and he come from a bit of a boxing background. So it's not when you see boxers fight Muay Thai or kickboxers with the hands. Do you know what I mean? It's all like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
Yeah.
We'll see, surely.
And
Yeah.
Silver's about 50 odd, didn't he?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Sad, isn't
Yeah.
it? But it's
Yeah.
a payday. He's probably Jake Paul's given an opportunity. He's probably never made that much. He's been
Oh mate, yeah,
in the UFC for
fucking-
years.
Yeah. It's a massive payday.
and it's like fair play.
To be fair, he's a like, really nice person as well, isn't he? Like they've been actually really respectful with each other. If you've seen the press conference and that.
Where's your thoughts on the AJ Fury saga? Do you think it's be signed and sealed and done, or
Don't know,
it just
man.
rumble on like it's done for the last 10 years?
Yeah, like it's they're big contracts, so they're gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? They are like there's gonna be like A side, B side, this agreements, whatnot. But
I mean, people are slating Fury because he keeps like this, but again, that's all Fury and
mind games,
gamesmanship,
it's
isn't
mind
it?
games. Yeah, it's business.
He knows it's going to take time to do the contracts.
It's just
and he-
mind
yeah.
games, isn't it? Yeah,
it's funny,
uh,
innit? It's putting the pressure on. It's funny, man. Like it's entertainment. You
Yeah.
tune in,
Yeah,
you watch it.
yeah.
It's like whoa.
That's what I mean. It's like you know, like wrestling. Like they're creating this story, and everyone's like, oh, he said this and he said that, and it's just you're getting sucked into it, going back because you're just more invested. So when they do eventually go right, the fight's on.
You turn up.
You're there.
Yeah.
You're there, ready to
I think
go.
it gets in their head as well. If you go on like AJ's feed, it's like all the comments on there are like saying
Sign
sign the
it,
contract,
sign it.
and it's just like Fury's just you know it's a
I think
mental-
he went on yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah.
Live. I
Oh,
think,
did he? Okay,
AJ
exactly.
to say, like, I've agreed.
Yeah.
The contracts are with the lawyers, and it's
Exactly,
just taking a
mate.
bit of time. It's like the
it's-
fight will be done, as far as I'm concerned.
It's
just-
fucking rental space in their head. It's just a mental game to like
yeah.
go
As
back
well,
and forth.
it's the promotion companies are not. They don't get on with each other, do they?
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
like
You got so much into it. Solicitors, it's
Yeah.
mental, mate. Because
Yes, it's a lot of fucking money, you know.
Oh, yeah, everyone's
It's
trying
like-
to do everyone.
Do you ever like, because obviously they're competing, you've got the promotion companies who are competing for business as well, and like things happen where probably the fighters would fucking fight each other tomorrow, but they're always trying to get one over.
Yeah, 100%. But do you know what? Like your promoter, your management, they want to do what's best for you anyway.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be like, well, no, we want this. Because,
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the promoter and the management, they want to get the best deal for you anyway, because they want to get a percentage out of that.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a mad one. It's gonna be backwards and forward, but I think I don't know. I hope it does happen. I think Joshua needs that and to win to get back on his feet.
Mm.
I don't know.
I thought we would have gone like down a bit, like a Chisora or something, or
Yeah, but don't get him anywhere, is it? I think he just needs to try and wipe him out and
yeah.
and
Yeah,
it does, and he's
last
back on
chance
top.
saloon kind of job.
And the money, it's just that's the money. At the end of the day, that, you know,
It's going to sell.
you put your lives on the line every time you get in the ring, so you want to try and get as much.
Secure,
Yeah.
change the generation's life. But he's done that, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Times 10.
Yeah, he's got legacy for days.
Yeah.
He's fucking. AJ follows you, doesn't he?
AJ,
Yeah.
I was on GB with him. Then for a few years, always trained alongside him. But I know Fury as well.
Yeah.
Same management team it was back in the day. Done motivational talk with his dad.
Yeah,
John
I've seen that,
Fury.
yeah.
So yeah, I know them both. Boxing is kind of everyone knows everyone really.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a mad sport.
What's your opinion on Joyce? Do you think he's got
I know
a
Joyce.
chance?
I know Joyce very well. 100%, mate.
Yeah,
He's that geezer. He's got a chin. He's like
Yeah.
granite.
Yeah, a lot of people have said, yeah,
He's
his
a very
chin.
deceptive fighter, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he it's not. This is not great on the eye. He's like one of them. Do you know them games
Yeah.
you play? Like that,
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
and
Yeah,
that's like-
yeah.
He's so he's not great on the eye. But listen,
He's strong.
when
he's
you got
powerful.
a big man like that, in your face for 12 rounds with
Yeah.
little gloves, it's like bricks, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're little gloves. It's mental. Like you can't. Mate, it's just mental. You can't. It's just mental, mate. Like
Yeah.
in the pros, you
Yeah.
have to move your head. You have to move. You can't be getting. Well, he's tapping, tap. They're big men, little gloves,
Yeah.
mate. They take the toll. I was surprised he even put Parker out there. Parker's tough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it just shows him. It shows like Joshua didn't get Parker out.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he's well up there, and I think the longer the rounds go, the more dangerous he is. But he is vulnerable to
Yeah.
getting hit. So
But they're trying to force the Usyk fight now for
Oh, are they?
Joyce.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's been
That'd be
been
good.
mentioned.
yeah, that'd be interesting
Yeah.
because I see Usyk beat Joyce in the amateurs.
Did it? Yeah.
In the World Series boxing, he boxed 5 rounds. So the extra half of the fight
Yeah,
would be
the later
interesting.
bot.
Yeah.
You were just mentioning obviously about the gloves and it's like it being hit by bricks. Like what gets you in there to do that? You know, when you're
I-
training and you just get just
Mate,
love
I
love it.
literally think that when I'm walking out to my fight, I think to myself, what the fuck am I doing? I swear to God,
That's
like,
brilliant.
what am I
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
It's I have about 10 different thoughts go in my head. I think, what am I doing?
Do you feel as soon as the bell goes?
Yeah,
if you feel, it's
gone,
it's all gone. Yeah.
Yeah, mental.
Yeah.
But like, it's just we're like Clenny, isn't we? It's been going for years. It's been going for
Yeah.
years, and like we're like
Yeah.
that. Like ancestors, and things like that, we've always gone like hunting and fighting. So
Yeah.
like, I think it's just
Yeah.
in us. I think it's in us, isn't it? Genetically, back in the
100%, mate. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's built
yeah.
in.
It's built in. Do you know what I mean? And like
it's in our DNA.
they used to have it back in the day, but it's a poor man's sport. It's a working man's sport. You wouldn't really see no £1 million,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, started. Yeah,
Start-
Yeah.
started
It's
off,
like-
It's only your top 5 or 6, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
You see, like,
yeah,
each
They,
one.
but yeah, they work the way that they
Yeah,
do.
you don't see the shit they go through
Yeah.
to get there, like the years and years of graphs they've done.
Well, like I say, we're now seeing like sort of sons of
Yeah.
famous fighters who
Yeah.
are coming
Big one
through,
this
and
week,
they're,
isn't it?
and they're trying
Coming
to sort of step out of the shadows of their father.
Which
So
must
like,
be daunting.
yeah, but they're just saying like obviously that they've got. Again, I watched some stuff with like Eddie Hearn, and he was saying like he's always known as Barry's boy. But that gives him so much grit.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
he's took over the game now.
Yeah,
hasn't
that's what I mean.
Like,
Because he's trying
yeah.
to sort of come out of the shadow of his dad, but that's
Sure.
what gets
yeah,
him going.
gets him, yeah,
And he's saying like
It's purpose.
like Conor Ben and
he? I've been with
Eubank,
Conor
like
the last
they're
2 weeks. Right?
Have you?
Yeah.
I've been
Oh,
sparring
quality.
down Felix Cash. And I'll tell you one thing, right? I'll be honest, right? I want Conor Ben to win. Like, I think he's a lovely fella. He's come on leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
And watching him spar, mate, he's as fit as a fiddle. I mean, like, super fit. Like, he's ready.
yeah.
But I think Eubank's going to be a bit too much for him.
Do you reckon?
Only because of the size of the gloves and just he's a bigger man. Is it? Do you know what I mean? It's like when you hydrate the next day, mate. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be different. It's different. But if you
Does that make such a difference? Does it?
Mate,
that just in between weigh-in and fight, yeah.
100%, mate. Like you could be putting a couple stone on.
Really?
Yeah, like for fluid and things like that. You don't have to do water load, and he's hydrated again. And
Wow.
he fuels up, mate. It's mental. So, yeah.
It'd be a great fight.
Yeah.
It'd be a good fight.
Yeah. It was the 9th. Was it 9th? 8th?
Next Saturday, the 8th.
Next Saturday,
yeah.
is it?
Next Saturday, the 8th.
Oh, ledge, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as well, like, I think there was like a period in boxing where it was like, obviously with like Mayweather and stuff, and it's like if people lost, it had that sort of thing on their name. But I feel like people are getting past that now, where it's like, it's like you can lose and you can still
make
and it's like people, it's weird, like people only just like, again, Chisora's lost fights, but he's every
12 in a row.
That's what I mean, and but he keeps filling, filling up
because
arenas.
He loves it, doesn't he?
It's about the character, isn't it? Like,
that's what I mean. It's about. I think
business. It's business.
Yeah.
Like as well. Like back in the day, they used to like build fighters up. 15 fights, 15 wins, blah blah blah. You know, he sounds good, things like that, and then but because they're sugarcoated so much,
as
soon as they box one half decent, they're not getting chinned. Because they lose their way. So it's definitely changed. It's changed for the better, mate. To be honest with you.
100%.
And you're starting to see like number ones fight number twos now, and things like that.
That's cool.
For a lot of years, it was like, you know, voided.
Very political.
Well, as everyone just trying to keep like that zero, wasn't it? As well, I always felt like it was like, you know, if we lose that thing, then we lose that sort of.
Lockdown kind of expedited that process,
100%.
didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, because they thought all they wanted is to see entertaining fights.
Yeah.
So they just stuck people in 50-50 fights.
Yeah,
Just kept that.
Yeah, and I think it's good. It's better, isn't it? It's like, I mean, and then if someone has got one of those records, you're like, fucking hell, this guy's actually legit.
Yeah, you know, it's proper, realist. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you walked out into the ring and getting there with someone? Do you remember?
Yeah, I do. It's Stevenage. It's in Stevenage, down the road. Yes, in Liquid nightclub.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Industrial estate.
Yeah.
Got it. I was in there, first fight, come out my Union Jack shorts, things like that. And I remember.
Buzzing.
Nah.
No?
Scared.
Really?
All that build up.
Scared, yeah. I was so scared.
Yeah.
And I was so scared. I was thinking I just wanted to just go. Just go.
Oh, that fight or flight.
Yeah,
sort of thing,
just go. Do you know what I mean? And then I went in there and I stopped him. Lewis Calvert, his name is, from Welling Garden City. I stopped him and then, mental, mate.
What was it? Was you addicted to that feeling of like when you'd won it, and did you just think that?
Just like, you can't explain it until you do it, man. It's mental, mate. Like it's just the feeling of everything's paid off. For me, I always used to crave that attention anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that love and like, but now it's like, I don't know. It's just like, like fucking come on.
You're the man.
Yeah, just like not even that. Just like it's achievement. Progression. Like long as you're and I always feel like that. Long as I'm progressing every day, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? It's that progress, and keeps me sane, keeps me happy, and you need that. I think, and it gives you a goal as well. Like, do you know what I mean? You got a fight coming up. I don't know. Keeps it. I just love it. Yeah, I just love a bit of little fight.
It must be nice as well to have something to like focus on, look forward to. Like I hate doing any sort of running or any sort of training, but if I've got something booked in, I'll always do it because I know that's coming. And I imagine that's.
But do you know what? All right, I'll tell you one thing. All right, I'll be honest. I love training, but I'll be a liar to say I love it every day. I love running because I train every day, twice a day. I'm on it, mate. Yeah, but man, I don't want to. Like, I went for a run last night. I don't want to, but it's discipline.
Yeah,
it's literally it's discipline, mate. Like it's like a habit for me now, just to do it.
Mate, I've followed you. You do fast miles.
Yeah,
you do
Forrest Gump, boy.
You do fast miles. Like I remember seeing your mile. I always know that I did a mile and a half.
5:20, I do.
Fucking insane. Because I just judged off from the mile and a half from the army because that's the only kind of spectrum that I know. But to do that, that's fucking madness.
They've got a good engine. Like Forrest
and
Gump,
but that's you do it over long periods.
Yeah,
as well,
it'd be like 5:20, it'd be like 5:28, and it'd be 5:40 and 6.
Yeah,
start fading. But now I think you just got.
What? How do you get like if you say right? There's a day you can't be bothered to do it. Like, what do you think?
Just discipline, man.
Do you think about like is there anything in your mind where you like think about like getting chinned or something? You're like, right, I'm definitely doing it.
Well, yeah, just for myself, don't be a loser, and it's just discipline, because you can't be motivated every day.
Yeah.
It's just bullshit.
Yeah,
man.
you
Like,
have to
do
be
you know what I mean?
disciplined.
You have to be disciplined. Like, you have to be. So, yeah, it's just like, yeah, if I didn't, I'd be knocking myself all day. Like, what am I doing? I didn't.
Would you say that's a really sort of important component to being like a successful boxer? Is just discipline.
I think just in life.
Just in life.
You gotta be disciplined in life, and whatever you do, no matter what career it is or just what you're doing in life, and as in a person, I think if you're disciplined in certain areas in your life, I think you'll go a long way and you get to where you want to go to.
Yeah, and obviously boxing helps people learn discipline, doesn't it?
100%.
It's like
and like takes your ego away. When I walked to the ring, I was a bit like, oh yeah, street lad, whatever. Man, I still got to put down, mate.
Yeah,
I still got to put down a few pegs, mate. And I was like, all right, sound. You know what I mean? So it just humbles you, man. And like, and where you start, 9 times out of 10, a lot of fighters are sweet, mate. Because we all know anything can happen. We all know like what it takes to get there, and you're not the highest in the room. You know what you're capable of doing, or so everyone's chilled, man. Like, so.
No one's got anything to prove, have they?
Yeah, it's just like, it's just normal, lads. You know what I mean? But you always get 1 or 2.
yeah.
That's like anything like that.
Because I years ago I did boxing for like a few years, and you go in there, and not that I had a chip on my shoulder or anything, but like I remember like my first like sparring session, and he put me in there with like, I think at the time I was maybe, I don't know, 24 or something, young 16-year-old lad.
Yeah.
I mean, really small. I mean, I'm quite like skinny. And he was like, and a guy said to me, he said, right, I want you to put one hand behind your back. So I did that, and he went, not you. And I was like, what, this young little fella, right? But he was like up and coming, like fucking absolute like tank boxer. But I didn't know. So he's got his fucking hand behind his back, and I was like, I'm gonna smash this little fucker up. Like, sort of going over there, like fucking, because you feel fluid, but you look stiff as fuck. And they're like, you're right, Jimmy. You look like a robot. And I'm just like, fucking, do you know what I mean? So I thought, I'm gonna smash this little fucker up. And I thought, he's got one on his back. I thought, what the fuck was that? Fucking bang again. Couldn't even see these punches coming, mate. And I was like, is he using both hands? There's no way. I couldn't even see these punches. He was so good. And ever since that moment, I was just been like completely humbled. Like, do you know what I mean? And respect. Yeah. It was just like, And I was like, all right, fucking.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Full respect for everyone. But did you have any moments?
My first spar was. I was just telling the fella, Graham Well, he took me in. I was like, I want to spar the pros. Every day, I want to spar. And like, I was a skinny lad, mate, and then he put me down with a couple of times with body shots. I was like, fucking mental, mate. And body shots are the worst shots, mate, do you know what I mean? But then ever since then, I was like, fucking, that never happen again. But obviously it has, but... Do you know what I mean? You can't jump in water and not get wet. You know what I mean? So,
you learn, don't you? So Jordan, mate, you're a Luton man.
Yep.
And a couple of months back, I was having a little look through your profile, and I saw that a certain Andrew Tate followed you. So I wanted to ask you. Obviously, you're from Luton. Mr. Tate's from Luton. But where's
the affiliation?
We're mates of him, or
we're all Lutonians. But me and Andrew and Tristan go way back. We started. They was at Storm Gym. I used to do a bit of Thai boxing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And so I was always around him, around his brother, around Amir, who's a legend. Amir Sebastian, mate, old school trainer, Bosnian. like mental. Toughen me up that gym, mate. I tell you. But yeah, now I might have done a few rounds of it back in the day, man. I was,
quality.
yeah, so yeah, known him from that, and then started seeing him out. Always been a bit different there. I've always been a bit game. Always been game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Real deal.
Yeah. The game, man. Like, I've always been a bit different. Like, I've always been on. I've always had this hustle on them. Do you know what I mean? But I used to see him down. I remember the Clarence, down the Clarence. Used to hang around with Rory, one of their best pals, and all stemmed from that. And then, after obviously he's blown up, he's gone viral. Reached out on Instagram and things like that. We've been chatting, and like maybe we could be collaborating. Never know in a few weeks or a few months' time. Do you know what I mean? But now with Luton, I'll tell you one thing with Luton, right? It's a good town, and there's some good people come out of Luton, mate. Like characters and like good lads. So
Take the man out of Luton, but you can't take Luton out.
Mate. And we all back each other.
Yeah.
We all back each other. That's one thing about a town. We never really forget our roots. So and our town, it's very diverse. It's very multicultural. It's a hard up. It's a
tough town, isn't it?
It's a tough town.
It
is a tough town
to grow up in.
But I think it sets you up. Like if I'm glad I was brought up in an estate where it's like multicultural Somalians, Albanians.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? It's like I was just like the crack, the culture. Do you know what I mean? And you learn things early.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, good people. Know a lot of lads from Luton, and we'll have a Luton army come down on the 29th of October.
Well, that's why, you know what I mean? Big ticket seller, mate. It's because, the whole of fucking Luton.
We network, mate, yeah. Yeah, it's Luton, mate, yeah, Luton through and through.
Oh, that's quality. So with Tate and obviously the stuff that got to happen with him, obviously being, taken down on Instagram and all that sort of stuff. What were your thoughts on that?
Just shows that he's speaking the truth about how the world's going.
Yeah.
I believe he was took down because he was exposing the government. He was exposing the New World Order. He was exposing what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are starting to waken up for that. Mate, you can't look at anything negative to what he was doing. He was helping people. He was giving people platforms to help with mental health and how to cope and trying to make people look at a different angle of things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How to deal with things. So yeah, I believe he was put down because of that, not because of a lot of feminists are saying about he beats women or he's saying this and that. Mate, there's so much thing out there on social media about all this kind of stuff, and no one's been shut down. As soon as he started saying about the world order, that we're in a matrix, about what's happening, he was silenced.
Yeah.
They froze his bank.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, and it was actioned, wasn't it? All the same time, like his bank, his selling platform. It was like as if it was a corroborated effort from multiple platforms and different people that wouldn't usually talk with each other. Like there's like YouTube, Instagram, the banks.
Yeah.
Like, at what point would they all get involved with each other?
Yeah.
So all the stuff he's saying,
they kind of confirmed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The fact that happened, it's like it plays into what he was saying all along. People say, it's conspiracy.
I heard, something really interesting that he said was obviously he can see his like insights and stuff on his social media.
Yeah.
And like his biggest following was like young like males, like between the ages of 16 to 24 or whatever. And he was saying like he's inspiring all these people to do something with their life or whatever, but the government see, especially with everything that's happening now, like they're like soldiers.
Yeah, well,
so like if he was influencing like older people,
right,
they wouldn't really have minded so much. But because they're the young men, and obviously they're going to
making them alpha, making them alpha, making them strong. And that's what they're trying to do now, even with the schools and things like that. Like they want the system to raise our kids, to raise the men. Because what they're teaching in the schools now is mad, mate. Like it's mad. Like they don't teach you about investing, about making your company, about tax, nothing.
Yeah,
mate. It's like, and now it's like, now they want the system to raise the kids till they're 18. You stay in school till they're 18.
Yeah.
And you're getting a mindset where you be an employee, you work for the system.
Yeah. They don't want you to know all this information, do they?
It's against their
Yeah.
Mate, it's
what they want, isn't it?
we could go far down the rabbit hole when it comes down to the COVID stuff. To mate, we could go down too much, mate. You know what I mean?
I wanted
Pizzagate, all this stuff, mate. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
with Tate. Just to skip back to that one thought. I wanted to get, it's interesting. Like, so all that happened, and they gave their reasons why they said that they did it. But then if you look at people of influence or people like you had R. Kelly still on the platform.
Yeah.
When all the stuff, when the documentary went out about everything that happened, far more horrific than anything that has been said, about Andrew Tate, his brother, and he was still going. There was no effort there. Why didn't they shut his bank accounts down? Why didn't they do the same? Do you know what I mean?
Because his audience is 35 to 55-year-old women.
Yeah, true. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because of what happened, it just. When someone says something and then these things happen to back it up, you're like, oh, actually, yeah. Even if you didn't believe it before, you're like, oh, hold on, now you've got my attention, because it's like,
When you said about Andrew Tate, you said he was game and had hustle. Like, did you ever see anything in him where you thought, this geezer's gonna?
He just always had a good aura about him.
Yeah,
and he was focused. He was always on a hustle. Even when he started making up the webcams with the girls, I was thinking about fair play. Like, he always found a way.
He's given loads to charity as well, isn't it? Like,
charity, mate. I know, he'd done a webcam with the girls, but they're getting looked after. They're getting 50%.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting looked after, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So he won't it's mad, mate. But all what he's saying, I hope he's woke people up and what's happened to him.
Yeah.
Because people think, the government will take care of me, mate. Like, it's us first, them really, mate. They don't want to see, even the pandemic and all this stuff. Like, if that hasn't woke up people now, mate, they're never going to be woken up, mate.
Yeah.
Honestly, where has that gone?
Yeah.
Your freedom was gone for over 2 years.
I feel like people are quite scared to speak about it, though, aren't they?
Because
you there's this attack culture as well, where it's like if you obviously people did lose relatives and stuff, and it's like. They're the people that are going to come at you, but it's like it's weird. What's weird is you can't even discuss it.
Yeah.
You can't even discuss it,
that's the thing. It's like you got to be careful with free speech. If you are allowed to,
we haven't got free speech.
I know.
Political correction.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't say someone's fat. You can't say nothing, mate.
Yeah. So I've got 2 girls, 2 daughters, and some of the stuff he said, I didn't agree with. I was like, no, that's wrong. And that's okay. It's okay to. You don't have to. But and some of the stuff he said, I agreed with.
Yeah.
So it's okay to have an opinion. But as soon as you shut someone down for an opinion,
it's a dangerous world.
It's a dangerous world, and again, it has to be. If you're shutting that person down for saying that, it has to be across the board. You have to be. What about the other person who said that, or what about the likes of R. Kelly, or these other prolific paedophiles that are still about that have got access,
or the ones that are on Jeffrey Epstein's island.
You have to you can't be laser focused on someone because they're getting more attention. It has, in my opinion, it has to be across the board. And like I say, it's okay to disagree and agree with someone. And it's and just because you say, "Oh, I like some of the things he says," doesn't mean you agree with everything. You can disagree with 50% of what he says and go, "Oh, but I agree with that." That's the.
Well, that's life.
Yeah.
When you're chatting with your mates down the pub, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Imagine, if you hated someone just because they said one thing that you didn't disagree with, you'd have no mates.
Yeah. And it's like Trump, isn't it? The person who ran America.
You have no mates.
The person who ran America, his whole campaign was I want to make 50% of people hate me because then the other 50% of people will like me, and that's how he got into power. And it's like.
It's all part and parcel to divide us.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
You've got to be so careful.
From
with
rich
it.
to poor, to black to white, to vaccinated and non-vaccinated, to mask wearers, to non-mask, to liberals, to the right wing. It's just mental, mate.
Because he made a really good comment on that. I think it was about something about him fighting 1,000 cats.
Oh yeah, the cats.
Yeah, and I thought I was never really. It was such a good analogy.
I watched that. Brilliant.
And it was basically I don't want to fuck this up or get it wrong, but he said. If he has to fight all the cats on his own, he'll knock a few out. He's like, but the best way to fight all the cats is divide them.
Yeah.
Make
them fight each other.
Make the cats fight each other. And I was like, that's such a good analogy. And then you just sit back and you don't.
That's what they do, yeah.
Yeah. Skim off the top.
Yeah.
Mental, mate. Oh, mate, it's a mad old world. Yeah. I'm interested to see what happens in the next few months. how the economy goes, how
it's
just how what happens, mate. With like I've got, mate, it's mad. Like even some of my family, it's horrible to say like, shopping. Learning about shopping, the kind of food shopping. I'm like, mate,
it's
like,
fucking scary
it's
times,
mad,
isn't it?
isn't it? Like, so
everyone. Like, I think we had this chat earlier. Like everyone's been affected, and it's like say it's now even feels like it's more of a divide where the middle class are getting
Wiped out,
you're getting wiped out
yeah,
because you're just losing money
Yeah.
each month from like loads of different angles, like inflation, higher mortgages, multiple different energy prices. Yeah, it's tough times. I think it's tough times all round for everyone.
Depressing.
It is.
That's gonna be like,
It's not really depressing all of a sudden.
Yeah, but it's
but give you the fucking grit in the ring, mate, wouldn't it? To fucking
100%,
yeah,
mate,
do you know what I mean?
Well, I've got to make it.
Oh,
Mate.
oh,
yeah,
It's my way
that's
out.
that.
I
Do you
want
know
to
what I
mean?
be
Viva
to
Las
your Mexico trip when we last met.
Oh yeah.
You had just come back from Mexico, and it's a good story.
Oh.
I reckon Jordan should share it with us.
Probably best trip I've had. All right. Obviously we'll get engaged out there. Got engaged. Best trip, mate. Unbelievable. Like I will move there. I will buy a place there. 100%. Whether it's next year or the year after, that's my goal.
No, cool.
And just move away and be free. Do you know what I mean? The way I live in, the food, just everything, mate. But so my missus is very spiritual, right? And she's very spiritual, chilled, peace. I'm a bit the opposite. I'm a bit like fucking hell. So she's good for me, man. Like she, tries to teach me to just be a bit calm. Yeah. So I've always been interested about like your third eye and opening your mind, and there's more. I don't know. I just feel like there's more to this world than what it is. Do you know what I mean? So we've always done a lot of research on ancient medicine, these plants, plants with the medicine and the frogs, things like that. So I was like, well, when we're out there, we're gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? So we've done loads of trips and things like that. We cleansed ourselves, man, like proper cleansed ourselves. So we ended up in the last place in Tulum, and I said, we walked past one, and Joe Rogan's been there, and he'd done like DMT there and ayahuasca and all that stuff. I was like, so let's do this, go to this place and just do it. And my missus, she's like 5'2", harmless, never touched a drug in her life. Like I think she smoked a couple of puffs of a joint once. She was sick. Like, do you know what I mean? She's never done anything, right? So, and we just read about it quick, like DMT. Oh yeah, like psychedelic, opens your third eye. Well, obviously, like DMT is like the most. It's powerful, mate.
Yeah,
like,
super powerful,
you basically release DMT when you're born and when you die.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's mental, mate.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
in
It's
everybody.
in your life,
Yeah.
really.
It's actually in everybody, isn't it?
It's in grass as well, mate.
Yeah.
It's mad. Like it's powerful stuff, right? It's dangerous. So yeah, but we didn't know that anyway. So we read that, and I read like I was gonna do it. So I read a thing called Cambo, and I didn't really read that properly, really. So I thought, cleanse, be sick. All right, sound, yeah.
Be sick.
Detox, sound. I don't know, yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, sound, a little bit of detox,
Yeah.
alright. So I've gone in there, in the P10, a bit nervous, don't know what to expect. I'm in the P10. This Sherman's come up singing me music. Actually, no, let me rewind that, actually. Before that, we'll put me in a bit of a bad mindset. Is before I'm waiting there's a geezer in there, and I'm waiting to be seen to get this Cambo. This fella's coming there, he's like a bit of a lad. He's like, oh yeah, he's like, you've ever done this? I was like, nah. First time, he's like, he's like, I do acid, I do all this. He's like, I just want to get a trip. I was like, you're a fucking weirdo, mate. I was like, I just want to see what the world is about, about my life. Am I on the right path? And he's like, yeah, I'm on a trip, do acid. He's fucking, he looked like he's going to just come out. Yeah, look like he just hadn't slept for about 4 days. All right?
Like, just come out of passion.
Yeah, literally, mate, yeah. So I'm thinking, fucking hell. So I've gone in there. He's like, yeah, I'm doing DMT, blah, blah, blah. I was like, sounds like I miss doing that, or whatever. So I've gone down to Cambo. I'm sitting there. I'm breathing. She's telling me to breathe. All this music's going on. It's mental, mate. It's mental. So she starts fucking burning me. I've got scars at the back of my neck, right? She starts burning me on my neck about 6 times. I'm thinking, what's going on here? So I'm breathing. I'm thinking, fucking hell. As I'm breathing, fucking my heart is going about 100 miles an hour. And I've gone, fuck, I've poisoned myself. I'm fucked. This is
shit.
fog. It's fog poison. So 100 miles an hour. Then my my throat started swelling up. I'm thinking, fucking hell, I can't breathe. I feel like a frog. I was like looking at it, thinking, fucking hell, I don't want to say anything, but I think I'm fucked up here. I'm dead, I'm going to die. Do you know what I mean? And then,
I don't want to say anything.
I'm quiet. You know what I mean? I'm literally, like, I'm quite big now, I'm 6 foot, right? Got my fucking legs crossed, looking at her, I'm all stiff and that, looking at her, thinking, like, and then I was sick, pure white stuff, mate, yeah? Pure white stuff, about 4 or 5 times. And I fasted for 24 hours as well. Yeah, but it's pure white. It was mental, yeah. It was mental. I was like, fucking hell. I just felt, mate, it wiped me out. It was mental, right? So I've come out of the P10 and I was just like, mate, I've never felt like anything like it in my life. A bit wiped out. So I've walked over to the hotel, sat on the chair. Obviously, there's a cat. It's a bit of a random one. There's a cat there, stroking a cat. And my missus is there. She's come out. She's like, you alright? Are you feeling alright? And I was like, yeah. I was like, mental, like, everybody just like overwhelmed and that.
Yeah.
So I messaged back to her the DMT. I was supposed to do it after because it's just you do that and then you do the DMT. So she's gone in there and as she's walking in there, fucking that geezer who I saw at the start has come out of the tent. He's come walking out. He's gone with his eyes wide. He's going. He's looking at. He's going. Yeah. And I looked at him. He looked at me. Crossed the hotel. And he went. So, fuck. And then he walked past me. He went, good luck.
Oh, fucking.
I was thinking, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I was thinking, fucking hell, yeah. So she's in there. All right, this is mental, mate. All right. So I was a bit fucking worried. And I'm fucking voicing my mate here about a podcast. And I'm voicing, I'm like, yeah, come on. My missus is just doing DMT. So when I come back, I'll do it. Jordan. I was like, fuck. My missus is fucking screaming for me. So I ran out. She said a bad trip. Right? It's fucking mental, right? So I didn't want to run in there. So I looked, she was just, mate, it was fucking emotional, bro. This mental, man. I've never experienced anything like it, right? So basically, she's just standing there like this, like that, like fucking like that, lost. And I'm looking, thinking, fuck. So I've gone out, I'm holding her, yeah, and she was calling for me. So I'm holding her, and like the music, they're still carrying on with the music.
Yeah, I love that.
And
Don't stop.
Yeah, mate, yeah, but she's in the ceremony to carry on, right? So I'm thinking, fucking hell, man. So I ain't gonna lie, I shit myself at this time. I'm thinking, fuck. Because there's some people that's been lost. They've been lost. They see the real world, bro.
Yeah.
And they get lost in dimension. They go mental. So I'm thinking, I'm fucked. I'm a big sure, like,
See ya.
Yeah. We have to take her to a water sand. So now she's like all like that, like looking down, and then I remember holding her, and it's a very emotional, man, like mental. Right? It was a very powerful moment for us, right? And she kept looking up at me, and I was fucking shitting myself. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, right, I'm here, and she kept smiling. So I was like, fucking hell, right? But she still went with it. So I was thinking, fuck. So I started laying her down, right? And fucking hell, it was powerful, and all the music, they're throwing water over you, and things like that. And I'm breathing, and she's like smiling, and it's Krishna Nass music is playing in the background, and she's smiling, brother. And when I'm holding her, yeah, mate, energy going through my body was fucking mental. And I'm very like, yeah, I believe in that. I'm just normal lad, you know what I mean? But I've always believed that. But like, man, until it happens to you,
yeah,
bro, I was pulsing through my body with this energy, mate. It was fucking mental, yeah. And I had my eyes closed, and brother, I just got up, mate, and I just started fucking crying.
Really?
Mate, and I was looking at it, and I couldn't stop. I was like, fucking, what we're doing? And I was looking at the fucking Sherman. I was in my head, I was trying to say it, but I was going, I don't fucking cry. So I don't fucking cry in my head, but I couldn't fucking say it. I was fucking mental, mate. Like, it was mental. And then I took a while to come through. Like, she got scared, man. Like, so basically afterwards, right, she was like, well, I've got her around at the moment. I had to take her for a walk to make sure she was back. Like, she didn't know where she was. Like, she thought she was fucking stuck. Do you know what I mean? And the only reason how she knew she was in the real world is because she went up. We took her outside the hotel, and she saw someone with a mask on. So she was like, oh, fucking, yeah, it's fucking bad, yeah.
We're back.
So we walked back and things like that, and she's like, fucking, she was a bit fucking, like, I don't know, she was a bit scared, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she said, I just got scared. She said, like, basically, when you do the DMT, she said, it's fucking powerful. Like, you smoke, so they count from 10 to 0. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and you inhale. 3, 2, when you go, and then as soon as you do that, boom, you're fucking dead, bro.
You're gone.
You're done,
Oh,
and you're
really?
in. And she said, she said she just wanted to get out straight away. She said she wasn't ready.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
just
yeah.
ready, mate, and she's just fucking. So she didn't get the foot. Like she just panicked, man.
Did you do it as well, or what?
No, I
Did you
didn't.
just like fuck
no,
that?
but
yeah.
I said what's happened. They were trying to say that I joined her trip, mate. But I've never ever experienced anything like that with the energy, mate.
Yeah.
It's fucking mental,
That's
mate.
interesting.
And I'm telling you now, and it's made me realise like I want to go back and do it, like the
Yeah.
ayahuasca and the DMT properly. But you can't just go and do it.
You gotta
Yeah,
be
yeah.
prepared.
You've
Right,
got-
right
Yeah,
headspace.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can't just go there thinking I'm in the right headspace. You need to like start doing these like mushrooms, like
Microdose
working,
and stuff.
yeah, and you gotta like kind of have respect for this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for this plant, man,
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
frog, for this whatever it is, right? Like you gotta have respect for it because, man, it's humbling, man. Like,
Yeah.
man, do you know what? That Campbell thing, the day after, mate, I felt pathetic. Like I never felt anything like it because it cleansed me.
Yeah.
I was walking around like, I don't know, I had no hate in me, I had nothing in me.
Yeah. Don't they say like just super humbles?
Mate,
It can
takes your
humble.
ego,
And, yeah.
takes
Yeah.
your
Just
ego
yeah.
away.
It just
It's
takes everything
mental,
down.
and I was just walking around like, I want to feel like this all the time. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like, I come back to England, and I was still like that, and then obviously society
Yeah.
starts
Yeah.
kicking in, and now
Yeah.
I'm back like, fuck yeah, mental, but like, mate, it's mental. over
So you'd
there.
reckon you, although
man.
you had that
Yeah,
know,
listen,
strange
I'm
experience.
telling
but
you now, yeah. If you that ayahuasca and think on the DMT, I think you should do ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is more visual, but I think if you brought that things over here and things like that, right, it will stop. It will
Solve
stop.
a lot of problems.
I do know a
Yeah.
shaman that does it over here.
Oh,
If
100%.
you're interested in his number.
But that,
Yeah, I want
you
to
did
go away. I'll
mention
go away
him.
and do it.
Huh?
He
Yeah.
doesn't he like make the DMT
But
up
do you
from
know
like
DMT?
No,
chemicals?
he imports it.
Oh,
No, he
yeah,
Yeah,
imports
but
it.
do you know that thing now? Yeah.
Is that legal? Or?
No, do you know? Nah,
Not really, but
mate, you get done, yeah. But A class.
If you
That's
get
how you know it's good
yeah,
for you,
yeah,
bruv.
yeah, yeah,
What medicine
yeah.
from a frog?
That's why, though, isn't it?
I'd love to do it in the actual. The proper place.
Go away.
I think you'd be
Go
lost, mate. We would never get you
Oh
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
I
You'd
think we'd be
fucking-
gone,
You'd
mate.
definitely
But
be
you got
gone.
to cleanse. You got to do vegan for 2 weeks and things like that. And
Right.
cleanse. Go
I
to like Costa Rica. I want to do it properly, man.
Next Hobo
Oh, well,
trip.
yeah. I mean,
The
I went-
Mexico
was in
collection.
Peru.
That'll be our next
Yeah.
podcast.
Being
Hey, we'll go,
Controlled,
Jordan.
Our next
Oh,
podcast in
yeah,
the
yeah.
jungle.
Oh, mate,
Yeah.
I'd love
Let's
to.
do it.
Honestly, I'd
Fucking
love to
go,
do it.
boys.
No, we might be in there, but the way the world's going,
That
mate,
could
we
go
might be
very
in the
well.
Amazon.
Have you seen? There's a
I reckon that'd be
documentary
a
on
new
it.
Blair
Have you
Witch.
seen that? The documentary on DMT. It's I think it's on Netflix. It's called.
Oh, I haven't
something-
seen that. It's about psychedelics.
No, it's about DMT. It's a pure documentary about DMT and like and what it does, and because they're talking about giving it to people like on their deathbed because it like cancer patients and stuff because it really, like I say, you get hit with it through death and it's like it can give people clarity and not to worry about actually dying. But yeah, they did experiments with it back in the day, and like they were just getting some people just totally lost, and even like 10, 15 years on, 20 years on, like they still went back and interviewed the people and they're like, yeah, it changed my whole perspective on life. So yeah, it's definitely
like
interesting.
Jordan said, it is a risky road
Yeah,
because it can do that clarity, but then it depends on your
Yeah,
skeletons
hold you
you've got in
there.
your closet. It can send you the completely opposite
those
way.
people that like, oh yeah,
But like my friend
fuck
knows
them.
people that have been sectioned after it.
Yeah,
like
but there might be a
DMT.
loving life in there.
Well, I don't know.
It might
but-
be like just in the zone where like,
Yeah.
I'm cool. Like,
Section me. Get me
Yeah.
on there.
yeah, I mean it's
No electric bills, free food.
But yeah, don't
Yeah.
do drugs, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah.
Unless you're in Mexico
Yeah, so, yeah.
and with the right people. Are you saying about you want to move out to Mexico?
Yeah, I want to just.
Have you looked into like how you would go about doing that?
Yeah,
'Cause-
it's a bit of a mad one, really. And it's all like paperwork out there. It's nothing in like
yeah.
document online. Like, it's
Oh,
all
that's
like,
cool. Old
yeah,
school.
Yeah,
I
it's a
like
bit
that.
Mad. Yeah, it's a bit mad.
That's cool.
But I want to get married there in April this year, and then from there, we're just going to do like a little
Ricky.
trip.
Yeah.
Little
Little
trip
mooch
around
around.
Mexico, Oaxaca, and things like that, and just see where it's going. But I want to go to a place called Hobo. It's mental, mate. It's a little
Yeah.
island, just peaceful, man.
Is your missus game for moving
Oh
on?
yeah, she'll go tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right,
Yeah,
that's half
she-
the battle, isn't it?
Yeah, she's like very. We're like, it's mad. Like we're very. It's a hard one, mate. Like I say I'm not like we are caught in the matrix because we're like
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to fucking hustle.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
let me go an opportunity. Let me just like do this, make a few quid, and I was like, fuck off. But
And you
it's
do
like,
it.
bam,
It's
bam,
when,
bam.
yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I
Mate,
mean?
the thing
Yeah.
is though, like I say, with the Matrix, like once you're in and you get caught, like you're in because
Yeah.
it's like you got you just get into a habit of your money coming in and your phone and your electric and your like everything's designed to get. I remember when I've just injected. Well, I went travelling and I sold everything. I had my backpack, like cancelled all my diet debit. I had nothing, just one backpack, and it's the most liberated I ever felt.
It's
I
the
felt
best.
free.
Mate, same with me over there. I was like, this is how I should be.
Yeah.
I'm not for the last few months. It's not a time where I've gone, oh, like this is how life should be. Like this is me. Do you know what I mean? I was just like thinking, fucking hell, needed the goal, like next step. I haven't really been present really, but my missus thinks I'm mad. Like she's like, you've got to like enjoy now, but like I've got a goal. I've got a plan in my head, mate.
Yeah.
Like I have to execute.
You could actually
Yeah.
do it though, because
I'm on it, bro.
could you train out there and then
Nah, I
fight,
won't, mate.
or would you have to do that
Mate,
first?
I ain't
Hit
gonna
your
lie to you,
goals.
I'd fuck the boxing off and I'd just go over there.
Okay, yeah, so
Okay.
hit your goals
Yeah,
first.
hit my goals.
Smash it, and
yeah.
then
Do
go
what
out
I
there.
need to do and go.
They do
mate.
like boxing over there, though, mate.
Yeah, I can't find no Mexicans, mate. No way. No chance, mate. Oh yeah.
What? So okay, what is the? You say you've got this goal. What is the end game, mate?
The end game.
Well, what is the perfect end game in your mind at the minute?
to like live a free life, mate.
Mm.
Not
Yeah.
worry, like not have to think. If I book this holiday, then what's covered? Like I should have to do what I
Yeah.
want. Just
You
to
can
be
do it
able-
humbly as well.
Yeah.
So would it be like
Yeah,
a
100%.
big financial gain that will set you up?
Set my family up, look after my family, give my family opportunities, let them open their eyes. Like half of them have been off the estate, never been on holiday.
Yeah.
Like it's mental. Like so, I was just like, come on, like I don't care about me being well known and this and that. Like I just at least want to create a good life, see how far I can go, make a few businesses, look after my family, and just start a new life, mate. Be fresh.
That's amazing,
Do
mate.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they say the 30s is the new 20s now, aren't they? So
Yeah.
Oh mate,
Oh, mate, you've got, like I say,
baby, mate. You're young.
You've got that drive in you for sure,
I'm
mate.
on it,
and
mate.
I'm sure you're gonna
I'll have
fucking
to, I will.
smash
I
it.
swear to God, I will, mate. Like by I'm 30, mate, 100%. I'm on it, mate. Like I swear to God, if I'm not training, like I study, I'm on it with everything.
Legend,
Like,
mate.
I'm on it, mate. So like, I don't take no for an answer. I always get there. So
All right, next fight. So when's what date we got?
29th October, Wembley Arena. Opponent, I think it's been confirmed. He's not bad, you know. He's durable. He lost to majority decision to Brian Rose. Not a bad fighter. 15 wins, was that? 16 wins. Comes for the smoke. But looking to do him.
Yeah, sweet.
So,
So everyone, make sure you get down there,
come
support Jordan. There's who else is on the card as well?
Katie Taylor.
Yeah, Katie Taylor.
Legend.
Yeah,
Kevin Ajarko, Gary Cully, Johnny Fisher, Bosch. Who else is there?
I think that's
Myself.
yourself, mate.
Maybe
Yeah,
one more.
good card.
Yeah, a good card. So like I say, get behind Jordan, support him. Social
Will do
medias
that.
is it Jordan Reynolds.
Yeah, Jay Reynolds Boxing.
Yeah,
Jordan Reynolds.
sweet mate, and
Yeah.
pretty much most of your stuff and everything comes through there, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so
Appreciate it.
amazing, mate. Thank you so
Mate.
much for coming on the podcast. It's been
Legend.
amazing.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jordan.
love to
Cheers, brother.
Love the DMT story, let's call
Yeah,
it.
it's
Mental, mate.
But yeah,
We're off
like I
to
say,
do some.
yeah,
Yeah, now.
we'll see you soon, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, Sam, bro.
Cheers,
you, mate.
Jordan.